Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to be able to check your students' scores. Now, if you don't know how to send activities to your students, then check out the video in which we show you step by step just how to do that. The first step is to access the Students tab. Once here, we need to select the name of the student whose data we want to check from the left-hand list. But before that, we have a few things to consider. If below the name of the student you get pending invitation, well, it means that that student hasn't yet registered on CogniFit. If under the student name you get this user is not sharing their results with you, if that appears, it means, okay, they're registered, but they haven't given their consent for you to access their data. If under the name of the student you get current score pending, well, they're registered, they've given consent, but they haven't yet completed any training and they haven't done their assessment. These things have to be dealt with before you can see any student scores. The text we expect to see under the name is current score, followed by a number from 0 to 800. If we click on the student's name, we can access their results profile. At the top of the student's profile, we can see when they completed the last activity, their last login date, registration date, the number of different days they've connected, the total training time, and the assigned program. In the blue button with a white cross, we can also export the student's data, download their activity data in CSV format, download their cognitive data in CSV format, or deactivate the access to the student details. A bit further down, we can check in the Assigned Program section what activities the student has pending. In the Last Results section, we can see which activities they've done in each session, the date and the scores, if any. In the case of completing an assessment battery, the reports can be downloaded here. If we chose the non-self-administered questionnaire option when sending the evaluation, we will need to complete the questionnaire before generating and downloading the report. Also, note that the Cognitive Assessment Battery for Schools, CAB-A, has two different types of reports, which will be downloaded together. In the Cognitive Areas section, we can see the student's status in each of the 5 cognitive areas measured in CogniFit: attention, perception, memory, reasoning, and coordination. In the Cognitive Skills Status section, you can see the individual status of each of the cognitive abilities that make up the cognitive areas. It is the fastest way to see the student's strengths and weaknesses. Finally, in the Cognitive Evaluation section, we can see the fluctuation of each individual cognitive capacity from one session to another. It is ideal if we want to see how they've progressed over time. Well, now we know the kind of scores we can check. Let's turn now to interpretation. Now, the reports of the questionnaires and the assessment batteries are either self-explanatory or they come with an interpretation section. So let's turn now to the cognitive scores themselves. The displayed scores are based on percentile scores adjusted for the student's sex and age. This means that not only the performance in the task is evaluated, but also what is expected of their particular age and gender. Or to put it another way, a 7-year-old is not expected to perform the same as an 18-year-old. We can divide the scores into 4 ranges. Scores from 0 to 200, corresponding to percentile scores from 0 to 25, which will appear in red on the platform. Well, this means that the score is below what's expected for their age and gender. We considered this to be a cognitive weakness. Scores from 201 to 400. This is corresponding to percentile scores from 26 to 50, and this will appear in yellow on the platform. This means that it's a score that is within the expected range for their age and sex, but below the medium. This is considered area for improvement. Scores from 401 to 600. Corresponding to percentile scores from 51 to 75. This will appear in green on the platform. This means that the score is within the expected range for the age and gender of the student and above the median. This is considered in good shape. Scores from 601 to 800 corresponding to percentile scores from 76 to 100, which will also appear in green on the platform. This means that the score is above what is expected from a student of their particular age and gender, and this is considered cognitive strengths. Now, to get a percentile from the obtained score, all you have to do is divide that score by 8. But remember, this is only an evaluation of the student in one particular moment and can never replace the work of a professional. Well, that's it. I hope this video has been helpful to you, so thanks for watching and see you.